This was our short but sweet Sea of Cortez leg on the Green Coconut Run. We had been loving the clear turquoise waters as we drove our way from Cabo San Lucas to Cabo Pulmo, deeper towards Isla Espiritu Santo near La Paz, then heading to Mexico mainland, state of Sinaloa, to catch some surf. Fortunately, Eric had been battling an eye infection diagnosed on the first day of the trip, which had kept him out of the water and was driving him a bit cuckoo on the boat.
What?
We have picked up our co-op members, Eric and Brian in Cabo San Lucas, avid divers and wilderness guys from our hometown of Santa Barbara, California. Also had our core crew, Michael and Ryan, of course, with us for 6 months. And first mate Sabrina and Captain Christian running the boat.
So we had just left Los Frailes and we were sailing north to Cabo Pulmo.
Cabo Pulmo was designated a marine reserve in 1995 after 20 years community grassroots work. The results of a 10-year study made it really famous as one of the world's most robust marine reserves, as the Scripps Institute of Oceanography announced. The abundance of fish was shown to have increased almost 5 times from 1999 to 2009, more than any other reserve analyzed in the world. It's now considered a model of conservation success and a famous place to scuba dive for its clarity and diversity. So we were excited to head into the park, but the boat had other plans for us that day.
I go down to the bilge and I open it up to get something and I'm like, oh my gosh, looks like there's a bunch of wine in here. So I go up to Christian, I'm like, Christian, I think we have some spilled wine in the bilge, but it doesn't taste like wine. And you come down, you knew right away, you know, this pink liquid sloshing around. I had no idea that they dye the diesel in boats.
We just turned the boat around and went right back to Los Frailes, anchored up. You know, it was going through my head already, like, what happened? Why do we have a diesel leak? Because the tank, you know, busted, and oh my god, what was it going to take to redo this tank? Meanwhile, Eric takes the opportunity to go to shore because we have some time. Try to find cell phone reception and try to make a phone call to with his doctor to see, like, what's the story with his eye. And you know, this is what, like four days in at this point.
And the doctor pretty much gave him clearance over the phone to go.
He said should be good to dive in a few days, so he was super excited.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, we were slaving away in the engine room fixing this leak. It turned out it was just the return hose from the engine, and there was a slow leak from that, and it had like wiggled loose, of course. And we cut out some holes in the bulkhead, got in there, tightened it back down, and Eric was able to go check in on with his doctor, and you know, totally turn around the trip, and he was able to go diving very soon.
Chemtrail skies, we die small, more like a smile.
We started on the south end of Cerralvo today in a beautiful reef system, having dove yesterday. And we got up early and we got going, and within 5 minutes of putting out our lines, we had 2 beautiful tuna on. We reeled them in by 8 in the morning.
Give that one again.
Does someone mind holding this fish while I put my pants on?
Hang on.
And we sailed all the way around this incredible island, and we caught 2 more beautiful tuna. Look at that. And we made it to a seamount today, which had a small spire sticking out, and we dove among a colony of sea lions, and we went spearfishing, and we found a wreck, and we scuba dove the wreck.
What do we got going on, Eric? Awesomeness. Seal Reef, looking for our next dive.
One of the prettiest places I've ever seen in my entire life, here on Isla Espiritu, and it is just unbelievable. Hey there, this is one of those moments we talk about. It's just amazing. I'm walking on this incredible white sand beach with my buddy Mouse. And look at this. There's our incredible boat, Aldebaran. Hey there, we're on Los Islotes, these gorgeous sea pinnacles on the end of Isla Espiritu Santo. This gorgeous island off the coast of La Paz. We're out in the Big Bay Bight. This is just an incredible area. We've been diving here and it's really, really a powerful place to be. Water sample right here.
We wanted to dive along Espiritu Santo for another day, but we started researching, like, how are we going to find this dive site? Because we've been realizing how challenging it is to find dive sites, and this spot is not even marked. There's no land anywhere for 8 miles. It's in the middle of the ocean.
Good luck. There's no landmarks whatsoever.
We had no idea where this would be, so
You try to find GPS points, like no information whatsoever. And so we would go to fishing villages and we would ask around, and people are like, oh no, or it's over there, and you know, like 8 miles over there, like thanks. So we'd gone to shore for a recon mission, and meanwhile Christian stayed back on the boat, and you ended up meeting Jorge.
talked to him as he was taking this panga by, and I flagged him down, And he's like, oh yeah, GPS coordinates, go to my like little house and get him for you, and I'm gonna radio you. And I'm like, oh man, like, what's the chances that this is gonna happen? And next thing you know, he's on the radio and he's telling us the GPS coordinates over the radio.
Happy
Oh my god. Los postres
Sabrosa.
que te regalamos, los kind bars. ¿Qué pensó? Super. Super, Jorge. We got our coordinates to hit this mythical deep water mid-ocean dive.
Off our stern, we have some comrades. They're fishing, and we're both looking for the same thing: big fish.
We got to El Bajo kind of late afternoon, and it was a very technical dive because we're mid-ocean now and there's strong currents, and the sun's gonna set in a couple hours. But if something were to happen, you're kind of in a race for time, and so we were very cautious of like staying together, follow down the anchor chain, like, and then we made it down, and it was very eerie. Like, there was no sharks when we were there, but there were more eels than I've ever seen. Just so many eels and triggerfish all over the place. Cracks, just like with eels coming out all over the floor of the sea. It was really cool. So we kind of just explored the whole top of it, went around the side, came back up, and then returned up the anchor chain. It was very special.
We all came up from our dive at El Bajo, safe and sound, and greeted by this painting of a sunset just filling the sky everywhere.
Green coconut, you're blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. Doesn't get any better than this. If it does, I don't know what it looks like. This is one for the books.
Stay